wanted to stay out there and hang out with Kaya. She's so cute.
Yeah. All right. Kat Abughazaleh is in the building, everybody. Running for Congress. You've seen her for years on this broadcast because she has spent a good deal of time initially at Media Matters tracking right-wing extremism and right-wing commentary in general. And now she's taken the fight to Congress, Illinois 9. And very excited to have you here. First time meeting in person. We've been talking for a while now.
Yeah, it's crazy to meet you in person. I actually did see you at the DNC when we were out with Uncommitted, but all of us were asleep for we're actually got 3 hours of sleep. So, but yeah, just got off the flight. Catherine and I flew out at 6 a.m. and we're glad to be here. How's it going, man?
Hell yeah. I mean, it's it's going. I don't know. When people are like, oh, dude, how are you doing? I'm like, well, things are not great. Things are not great in
we got the fucking Gestapo everywhere.
Yeah.
No one can afford anything. Everything's gambling and Nazis. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's great. America's collapsing right in front of our eyes. But hopefully there are brave patriots such as yourself and many others that are trying to do whatever they can to hold this country together. So before we get started, let's talk about who you're running against and what made you want to run for office, because you're pretty young.
Yeah, I'm 26. So there's 17 people in my race, which is a lot. But when I launched, it was 0, except for the incumbent. I was the only person to launch before the incumbent announced her retirement.
Yeah.
And now I am tied for first with a local politician, and then the candidate right below us is fully funded by AIPAC. But early voting starts February 5th. Hi, baby. And the election's March 17th, so we're right there. It's been almost a year since we started, and It's crazy.
Who's the local politician you're running against right now that you're tied for first place with?
Mayor Daniel Biss. He's the mayor of Evanston. He ran for governor in Illinois. He's a nice guy. And
all right, what makes you better than him though? Let's get right to it.
I think what differentiates me from the rest of the field, I just say in general, is a few things. First off, I'm the only grassroots candidate in my race. I don't take any money from billionaires, don't take any money from corporate PACs, don't take any money from Republican funded PACs. I'm the only person that understands how to fight the right because I've been doing it for my career. Illinois does a lot of things correctly, which means that until very recently, you weren't dealing with people like Stephen Miller and Elon Musk on a daily basis. I lost my job because Elon Musk sued us and then he deposed me, which is the dumbest 8 hours of my life. Additionally, we use our resources differently. We actually use our resources to help the community. We're reaching out to young people. I don't do call time. We actually stream on Twitch 2 or 3 times a week, which has been much more successful than calling rich people all day. And I've also been forcing all of my opponents to be more aggressive against the administration and progressive in their views. Yeah,
you're also, as far as I know, the only candidate in the race that has been called out directly by the administration, right?
I'm the only candidate under federal indictment. And also we
have a criminal here in the building.
Alleged criminal. That was for my protest at ICE, at the Broadview ICE facility. And the first time I went, there were no politicians there. Same the second and the third time. And eventually other people came out, a lot of my opponents actually. And I was actually happy about that because it makes all of us safer, all of that. But it took that pressure and they kind of stopped. But I'm glad that a lot of them are stepping up when they can. But I don't think that they should need that pressure in the first place. I want politicians where that's their first instinct.
Hell yeah. So they're following your notes here, but you're doing this not because you want to make a name for yourself, but you're doing this because this is something you believe. It's not like this was the first ICE protest you've attended, right? Before you were running for office, you were still doing the exact same things you're doing now.
Yeah, definitely not. I mean, was sleeping on the concrete at the DNC. Not my first time being tear gassed this last year,
Yeah.
But this is. I have just decided to run like a normal person. It's very experimental, I know, and it's been working, but I would just like to not have to set the bar. I want this to all be the expectation rather than the exception.
So what are the areas of need for your campaign right now? I'm just hitting you with with the good stuff.
Hell yeah.
Right off the jump. I'm gonna grab a drink real quick.
The big thing, AIPAC's going to be putting maybe 15 million into my race. So if anyone's able, donating at catforillinois.com is the best way to help our campaign right now. Also volunteering at our Discord. Hope the mods are ready. Discord.gg/catforillinois. And anyone that lives, so the district stretches, it's a gerrymandered monstrosity. I don't know if you've seen the district. It goes
Let's take a look.
It's wild. I'm just going to let you look at it before I even explain.
That's not
the district.
Yeah, that's not. Hold on. Okay. Illinois' 9th Congressional District. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's so sick. It's so sick. It looks like if Massachusetts was on Ozempic. It goes from uptown
That's
up to
so funny.
Evanston and then to Skokie and then like this weird winding snake pattern all the way to Crystal Lake, which is in the only that's the only area in Chicagoland that voted for Trump the last 3 elections. So it's like very, very long. Actually, when you were in Chicago, we were doing our 12-hour stream. And the reason we were so far away is because we started all the way out there.
Yeah.
So if anyone lives there, remember, vote. Tell your friends. Tell your family.
Okay. All right. So one of the things is you're looking for people to volunteer and you're looking for donations to your campaign. Your grassroots funded in its entirety. Where can people donate?
Catforillinois.com, cat with a K. We also have merch now. We did Fuck APAC week last week. We have Fuck It Let's Be APAC merch, catforillinois.com/store if you want something out of it. We also have our live streams if you're interested in that. How narrow is that section around Buffalo Grove? It is tiny. It is wild. I've actually gotten a lot of shit for doing events out of district, and one of those events is literally across the street, like across the highway. But that's what happens with gerrymandering. But yeah, the best ways to support are donating at catforillinois.com, volunteering, discord.gg/catforillinois. You can phone bank, you can text bank, you can do all of this. And also just like telling your friends, telling your family, because this is our shot.
All right. So what are your policies? What are like if I were to reduce what you're running for to 5 agenda items, what would those 5 agenda items be?
Are we talking about this in like 2027, this administration, or like everything's great, let's go into that?
No, this administration just in general. Like, what are the 5 key policies that you could immediately identify?
So
like fast and free. Like I'm doing the Zoran thing basically, but like it's a little bit reductive.
Anti-authoritarianism. Those are our top 2 issues. Anti-authoritarianism. The house is on fire. We got to put out the fire to redo the house. And basic existence. Everyone deserves to afford housing, groceries, and healthcare with money left over to save and spend. I'm so fucking tired of treating these like they're separate issues because they're not. But I also want to do a lot of AI regulation. That's something I want to spearhead in Congress. There is 0 federal regulations on AI, and I think that's something we can actually get Republicans to work on.
Okay. Do you have any more like?
Also, transgender for all, as someone said in the chat.
Yeah. What about more specific than that though? Like as far as what are some of the legislative agenda items that you are interested in pursuing?
In general, I can go into like in this scenario where we actually have control. I want to build more housing with federal incentives to work with local businesses. I want to ensure that we are taking action against corporate landlords. There are class action lawsuits against corporate landlords in pretty much every major city in the country. And that's a really good point.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that Medicare for all doesn't go far enough. We need single payer healthcare with, dental, mental, vision, and hearing coverage. But under this administration, especially, like the 2 things I think we can get cooperation on is AI regulation and then limiting CBP's jurisdiction to maybe 5 or 10 miles instead of 100 miles from Republicans that are getting screamed at by their constituents because they keep getting murdered by the Gestapo.
What kind of allegiances have you gotten from existing members of Congress and other like key officials in the Democratic Party or even outside?
Yeah, so a lot of people don't want to touch this race with a 10-foot pole because it's a 17-person race.
Yeah.
We were endorsed by Congressman Ro Khanna. We were endorsed by the Sunrise Movement, the Justice Coalition, if not now in Chicago. We have some other endorsements that we're working on in the background, but we're hoping to put those out next month.
Let me know. Hopefully I can, press some people if you need any help in that regard.
Hell yeah.
Okay. So big race, lots of people. There's a couple different names out there. What is I I know I asked you this already, but like a little bit more specifically, like what do you think your biggest difference is? What are your opposition's like points on Israel? I know the third place person is super endorsed by Israel, and they're going to be dumping a lot of money into this campaign. Let's start there. Actually, why is AIPAC after you?
Well, first off, I'm Palestinian. Second, I have been pro-Palestine my entire life and advocated for Palestinian liberation for my entire adult life very publicly. And that hasn't changed with the campaign. I know so many people freaked out because I had a keffiyeh in the back of my launch video. And they were like, "Do you think this was on purpose?" Yeah, it was. And I'm really radical. They sent out this whole email where they were saying, "Hi, I could win because I have a radical agenda, which means recognizing Palestinian statehood. It means thinking the ICC is good." You are so distracting and so cute.
Yeah. Kaya, we're working here.
And calling it a genocide. And neither of the person that I'm tied with or the person after will obviously call it a genocide. It's one of these things.
They won't call it a genocide?
No, neither of them will.
That's
yeah.
In this day and age, I feel like that is, you just don't want, like, that to me, aside from abject cruelty, the inhumanity of it all, and the denial of reality, is also a great way to identify someone that has like bad instincts in general and will not fight for the truth or will not fight for people at all. Like it's a good measuring stick, I think.
Well, that's the thing is like, it depends, no matter what your point of view of like why you're calling it a genocide or why you're mad about Israel, there are a lot of different reasons. A lot of people feel multiple of them, like human rights. I personally am against genocides, whether it's my people or not. Second, we can't afford to eat or go to the doctor and we're sending billions upon billions for weapons. Just like worrying about our elections, like the amount that AIPAC pours into our elections, especially Republican money into Democratic primaries. There are all these issues. And so looking at it and then being like, I'm not going to address it at all. It's no wonder so many people stayed home in 2024.
Yeah. What's the district attitude overall on this issue? Is it like because the Democratic Party's base of support right now, according to like latest polls, is around like 80% recognition.
Yeah.
80% of recognition of genocide, and similar percentages for wanting to stop weapons transfers to Israel, things of that nature. So, is your district similar in that regard as well?
Yeah, it's really interesting because Skokie, which is one of the largest parts of the district, actually had the most Holocaust survivors outside of Israel after World War II. There is a huge Jewish population in the district, and that doesn't translate to wanting a genocide. Like, I think that's something that a lot of people miss. When I ran, people were like, there's no way you could possibly win because you're Palestinian, and this district has Jewish people. And I'm like, that's so offensive.
But the incumbent, I was in favor of you running because I like you. I know your worldview for a long time. But the incumbent herself that you were seeking to run against initially, when there were no other candidates out there, is also one of the more progressive on this issue. Ironically enough, despite her age, she was one of the few congresspersons in the Democratic caucus that was actually better on the issue of Israel than everybody else.
Absolutely. And she's Jewish. And actually, when I launched, a lot of people were offended that I launched because they were like, how could you do this? This is so offensive. And I was really clear, like, this was not a vendetta against her. I actually think she's done a lot of badass stuff. As a Palestinian person, back in the aughts, she was advocating for Palestinian humanity. There are votes I would have done differently, especially in the last few years. But she boycotted Netanyahu's speech in 2015. This is not a district that is pro-genocide. And
thank you. That's exactly what I was trying to get to. Is like this person, this person you were initially running against, like her position on the issue of Israel is far better than the overwhelming majority of Democrats, which to me implies that the district itself was clearly never interested in like punishing her at all.
No, and it's like, it's one of these things where I don't think my positions are that radical on this. I think that every civilian deserves safety. I think that children shouldn't starve. I think that war criminals should be held accountable. Like, anyone who commits a war crime should be held accountable. And I think that Palestinians need official recognition of statehood.
Someone said, why did she run? Why did she decide to run then? Brother, she was 89. Like, what are you talking about? She dropped out even though she was initially going to run again, but she's 89.
Fun
right?
fact, this district has been represented essentially by two people since the 1940s.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, that's insane. Like, what are you talking about? It wasn't malicious. I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, that was one of the major reasons why I was like, yeah, no, this is good. Like, we need fresh blood in the halls of Congress. Like, we can't have people who are 80 plus still representing their constituents. Like, even if her heart is in the right place, at that point, it's like, you know, your body might not be able to follow up.
I'm 26 and I was like, wow, how do people do this for decades and decades? Because this is like the most rewarding shit I've ever done. But oh my God, it is the most exhausting. Running for office is so hard.
Well, yeah, when you're 81 years old, sorry, she's not 89, she's 81. I apologize. But when you're 81, you already have your list of people that are, automatically donating to you, I suspect. So it's almost like it's an automated process.
Yeah, I mean, it's fucking crazy. One of the other things that I want to work on in Congress is making it easier to run for office, especially with like bipartisan support to banning stock trading and stuff like that. If you are a working class person, it is so hard. I mean, I don't know how parents do it. Like I have zero money now. It's so unbelievably hard. You have to know rich people. There were so many things that I had no idea about till I ran. But I was really offensive by just running in the first place.
Yeah. Go Cat, tell us I said, what's up? Illinois 9 is behind you, and that he should have come on stream when we drove through the district. Okay, I tried to, but
he did try. Steve, you were with me. That's Steve, my buddy that volunteers on the campaign. Steve, you were there. You know. Also, I just want to give a shout out to my staff because I know y'all are watching. Our staff are huge fans. I actually brought a poster if you'd be down to sign it to put in the office.
Of course.
To be
honest with you, you're wearing the merch and everything. It's crazy.
Yeah, we got a whole ass merch bag over here. So
yeah, well, there's does that? Oh, that one's that doesn't have the list. That list needs to be updated. Unfortunately.
What if we didn't suck?
No, the.
Oh yeah, I actually wore this because we used it as inspo for one of our other merch pieces that we're putting out, and I was like, I want our merch to not just look like shit.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome, man.
You brought me merch too, right? That's what I asked for it.
All right here.
Okay, hell yeah. Okay, so let's do what I normally do with guests anyway, and you are, I think, one of the better guests to do this with, which is just going through regular news that's happening.
Oh my God, this is all I do for a living.
Yeah.
Did for a living.
Yeah, this is all you did for a living. You said, so back in the day, whenever I would have women guests on the broadcast, like way back in the day, I would watch Joe Rogan, and that became like a meme in and of itself. It's like, what the fuck's this guy doing? He always has like girls over and they watch Joe Rogan. He makes them watch Joe Rogan. Except this is the one time where like she professionally did that.
I professionally watched Joe Rogan. It's like a guy being like, all right, let's watch Greg Gutfeld. And I'm like the only one's like, all right, I guess we do it. So
it's not even a classic bit, because this is what Kat did. It's not even torture for her, so it doesn't even have that same impact. But are you familiar with what took place? I mean, I know you're aware of what's going on in Minneapolis right now. Mm-hmm. There's basically this like federal invasion taking place.
Yeah.
And I guess one of the things that I found interesting about it is that I kept repeating over and over again that like eventually when this kind of stuff comes, when this stuff keeps happening over and over again, Americans are going to sour on their attitudes on mass deportations, even if like initially the Democrats were very fearful about this 66% of the public wanting mass deportations as a policy and voting for Trump over it. And that's definitely happening, and it's certainly happening in places like Minnesota and elsewhere. But one of the things that took place yesterday was apparently this pastor who works with ICE.
He's going to fucking hell. Like he's going to hell.
Yeah, was protesting, and Don Lemon was there on the scene, and now the federal government is trying to prosecute Don Lemon and hit him with the FACE Act for disrupting religious worship, allegedly. So here is Don Lemon reacting to the news on TMZ.
Nicki Minaj and her response.
Oh, and Nicki Minaj called him Don Cocksucker Lemon.
She's class act.
Yeah, she's lost her fucking mind. I mean, she was already crazy, but like she's lost her mind extra hard.
Do you remember when she was talking about, what was it, her cousin's balls?
Yeah, that's when okay.
Yeah, that was like a huge thing on Tucker, and he was like, she's so right. And I was watching him for a living
That's when the Barbs came after me famously.
Yeah, I remember that.
I called her out, I ratioed her, and then the Barbs never let me forgive it, and they all called me a white supremacist for it, and here we are now. What now, Barbs? I guess I wasn't so wrong in my initial assessment. Also, here, do you want to order food?
I would love to.
But don't show the camera.
Okay.
Do
Gotta make it a secret.
you want something? Okay. Yeah, she wants something too. Yeah, prosecuting a black man with a KKK act on MLK Day. It's fantastic. By the Department of Justice's own civil rights attorney too. DOJ, Stanley Cohen says DOJ, which has refused to open a civil rights investigation into the murder of Miss Renee Good, has opened one into a demonstration that interfered with a church service where the pastor is the local head of ICE. That's my goat, Stanley Cohen, #1 attorney. Attorney, activist, freedom fighter, certified self-loathing Jew, anti-Zionist, prolific. Do you know who this guy is? Do you know who Stanley Cohen is?
Yes.
No, yeah, he's a legend. Legendary attorney.
So I was locked in on ordering.
Yeah.
I love Tom.
Jacob Fry publicly.
All right.
All of this. And the language that's used. I think it's interesting just because Nikki has been, over the last couple of months, made it clear that she is now publicly supporting, and I think maybe she has all along, but now publicly making known her support for the Trump administration and even the MAGA movement. The choice of words that she used to go after you, I'm not surprised she went after you.
It's homophobic. Yeah. I mean, I don't think you have to black it out. You should show it to people. She called me Don, sea sucker lemon is disgusting. Look, this is what I'll say to Nicki Minaj. I normally don't respond to things like this, but, F it. I'm going to do it this time. I think Nicki Minaj has made it very clear how she feels about African Americans in this country. Boy, I don't think she's one of them, obviously. And she should, under Trump's rules, she should be deported because I don't think, reportedly...
he's hitting... He's hitting woke too, which is dark woke. And also he's hitting FBA lines, foundational Black American lines here. Like
this is...
Tariq
Every time
Nasheed.
someone's like, we should deport this person, I'm like, dark woke, but also, buddy, listen to yourself for 2 seconds.
Okay. But to be fair, Elon Musk.
Look, there has to be an exception of a rule.
I'm just saying.
Just kidding.
I'm just saying. Like, there is one immigrant in this country that is ruining the nation state directly, and his name is Elon Musk. Okay.
Bro, do you know how bad I wish that he would leak my deposition? It was 7 hours.
Wait, why can't you leak it? No, you can't? You don't have control over that?
I can't afford lawyers besides the ones that I already have that are paid for by the campaign. I can't afford a personal lawyer.
Okay.
And also, it's not my place. But he sucks so hard. It's crazy.
Yeah,
I figured he would just because he has zero self-control.
He's my op as well. He despises me as well. He has yet to sue me over anything, luckily, but...
By the way, if you donate at CalvaryIllinois.com, you're helping pay for our lawyers against ICE. So, well, the federal government, where they also misspelled my name 3 times in the indictment. They're sending their best.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like that one lawyer that posted about how much he loves Hitler, and then they took him out of rotation only to bring him back quietly. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, and it's, God, this administration's so good at stuff and things.
I guess, their incompetence is, because, look, this ties back to what you're campaigning on as well, but this... the only thing we can rely on is their incompetence at this point. Because, I'm sorry, Democrats are not doing shit.
Well, where we're at is really violent accelerationism, but also by the most incompetent, lamest losers in the world. And so you just have the worst things happening, but then they also massively fuck up, and none of the ICE officers wear, snow boots, so they keep slipping everywhere. So it's I would just personally like to see more Democrats doing what, say, Cori Bush did, where she essentially stopped the end of the eviction moratorium by sleeping on the steps of the Capitol. I don't think a lot of, I feel like Democrats are allergic to the idea of leverage, and you can just do things. You're allowed to just do things. You can go outside and say things.
Yeah. especially as a congressperson, you do have a lot of authority. You have a lot of power. You have the media that will come and cover it. Like, you know, if you're a regular citizen and you go out there and you protest, as many do, it's not the same as like having a congressperson there, which is what I urge Congress people all the fucking time to do. I'm like, put your body out there. You have to go. You have to go and either throw rallies in places of impact, but you have to like maximize your impact. I think one of the Democratic politicians that I think is doing a pretty good job with this is Chris Van Hollen.
Yes. Chris Van Hollen has been consistently based throughout his whole life. He still advocates for Shireen Abughazaleh to figure out, you know, what happened behind her murder, has consistently just done what he can to actually do things.
Yeah, I think, you know, I think we need more of that. We need more of congresspersons like actually actively putting up a fight and showing that they're not shy about, you know, putting their bodies on the line as well. And it's a good thing. And the public will reward you for it, too. For all the congresspersons out there that are in office already, or all the people with ambitions of running for office, just remember that, like, this is what the base is demanding, and they will reward you for it as well.
That's exactly it. Like the first time I went out to Broadview, or the first few times, and I was like, I got thrown on my ass 3 times. The first one was like not even the one that everyone and their mother saw. But I was like, hey, you should come out here too, to like my opponents and other politicians, because it makes all of us safer, because they're much less likely to shoot us with live ammo if a politician is there, at least at the start of the descent into fascism. And I just want that to be people's first instincts.
Let's see. I'm gonna show the video. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Is this it?
This is Democracy Now!, Democracy.
This was the 3rd time they threw me. They love to throw me, and they love to put their hands on my chest because they're all weird little freaks.
Was thrown to the ground by ICE agents. People rallied outside the facility to protest the Trump administration's Operation Midway Blitz, which has led to the arrest of nearly 550 people.
So that's the Broadview ICE facility, where they literally keep people without, like, they have 1 bottle of water a day. They're not allowed bathroom breaks. If they soil themselves, they're beaten. If they don't sign their own self-deportations, they're beaten. I watched as a family tried to bring medication to their father, and then they were pepper sprayed through the gate that ICE unlawfully erected with handcuffs, by the way. They're so fucking incompetent. But when you have more people with power and platform and privilege, it makes everyone safer, and it makes them worry about how... Hell yeah, man. Thank you.
Seeing you there reinforced my resolve to keep protesting at Broadview. There you go. There's also that as well.
That means a lot. Thank you.
Yeah. It's fucking disgusting. I mean, it's completely unacceptable. And I think what a lot of people don't understand is that if local governments, state officials, local politicians, no matter what their party affiliation is really at this point, like if they don't actually show up, if they don't actually also participate in these protests, or if they don't use the power that they already have, like Jacob Fry as the mayor of Minneapolis, or Tim Walz as the governor of Minnesota, if they don't actually take advantage of the power that they have to protect their constituents against this incursion by the federal government, this illegal incursion by the federal government, on top of like obviously the court cases that are happening behind the scenes, then I always say like people are going to realize that there's no one coming to save them. And there is some truth to that already. But eventually someone is going to take matters in their own hands in terms of self-defense. And that's chaos. Like what comes after that is complete anarchy, complete chaos. And that's not necessarily a good thing as well. We are, this administration with its actions is ripping apart the social fabric that held everything together every single day. And,
yeah, they pissed on the social contract, and you still have so many Democrats that are like, but the contract's still valid. And it's like, no, it's not. It's soaked in piss. Yeah,
no, absolutely. And I don't think people realize that. I don't think there's only so much pressure that the people will withstand until, they decide, okay, fuck this. Like we don't have anything here.
Yeah. It's and I think also part of this is misunderstanding. Like Zoran would like go down steps, and so Democrats were like, oh, so the answer is when I take a video, I have to be walking downstairs. Or like when I did my launch video and I was like, Democrats need to grow a fucking spine, and there was like this wave of people saying like fuck, or like my opponents were like, she did it at her desk, so I will do my video for launching at my desk. And that's not why it resonated with people. And I think that when it comes to like, especially with ICE, if you have power, you probably know when, like if ICE is coming into your city, you will probably know where they're going to be. Use that. Use your police force to help warn people and help them know when masked men are going. When masked men are going to come into communities and kidnap people. Like, help them. Don't try to just use it as a photo op. Thank you. Someone that said my zipper was halfway down.
I was trying to warn you on the other screen.
I'm transparent. I'm a transparent politician.
I was pointing to the fucking...
I don't believe in lies. I never lie. And it's a really long zipper.
This is... Oh my God. Okay. There were chatters that were
my
pointing
campaign manager is like, girl...
there were chatters that were pointing it, and I was like literally highlighting it on the other screen so she sees it without.
I think that we should be more transparent. Sorry.
Okay,
God.
that's a little too. That's too much transparency.
Fine. CW transparency. Chad agrees.
Yeah. All right. So here's Senator Chris Van Hollen saying this is pure unabashed bigotry. If a politician said this about any other faith, they would rightfully be run out of the party. But this kind of despicable anti-Muslim rhetoric is so normalized that a sitting senator uses it without consequence, a stain on our Congress. And this is Tommy Tuberville saying the enemy is inside the gates, talking about Virginia's first Muslim lieutenant governor, Ghazala Hashmi, was just sworn into office on the Quran in a terrifying sight. Wake up, America. Islam is not interested in assimilating. It's interested in conquering you, including the liberals. Repel Islam. It's so crazy to watch this unfold at a time when like all of the conversations that revolve around like pro-Palestinian advocacy always they're always hyper focused on anti-Semitism, even though anti-Semitism is obviously a real bigotry and a very real problem, an increasingly larger problem in America, especially with how the Republicans are operating, opening up their doors to overt anti-Semites and neo-Nazis. It blows my mind that like this consideration is never given to Muslims in general, where it's just like, yeah, no, that's just going to happen. I mean, Andrew Cuomo was more Islamophobic towards Zohran Mamdani and your boy as well in the process. I caught a stray there. Than fucking Donald Trump was. It's crazy.
As someone said, am I ready to be asked to disown you during the debates?
Yeah. I mean, don't worry. That'll happen. They'll say you're hanging out with a radical, dangerous radical.
It's okay. I'm already a radical. This is the thing, though. Is like if you are like as a Palestinian person, like I'm gonna pull the card here. Our lives are like intertwined, like Jewish lives and safety and Palestinian lives and safety. Like none of us want our name to be used to commit really horrible crimes. And when it comes to attacking students for protest, going to the campus protest at GW, when I was there, it was literally the most beautiful protest experience I've ever had, as Jewish students literally surrounded Muslim students that were praying so that way Fox News couldn't get the shot that they wanted. And if you are going to ally with people that spread the Great Replacement theory, which is a white supremacist conspiracy theory that has inspired literally every mass shooting or almost every mass shooting of the 21st century.
Yeah, including the synagogue shooting that took place in Pittsburgh.
Yes, then you are doing so much to hurt both of our communities, and you actually aren't protecting Jewish people. You are attacking free speech. Yeah.
No, it's so ridiculous. But I went to a fundraising event and it was my first ever. And I was actually shocked because like these were a lot of older people, Democratic Party voters, lifelong Democratic Party voters. And my takeaway from that event was, and many of them were Jewish, Hollywood executives, and it's liberal California, but like a lot of them were on the money. Like this is no longer it's no longer as partisan as the way that people presented it in the past, or no longer like the third rail that you can't speak out against at all. And many people, regardless of what their previous positions might have been, are coming to that same conclusion that like a lot of these organizations that are tasked with quote unquote combating anti-Semitism actually don't care about anti-Semitism at all. They just care about Israel, defending Israel. And it's frustrating for many people, including obviously plenty of Jewish people in my community, but even people outside of my community as well. They don't care about it. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Like there is The ADL has said less things about Nick Fuentes post October 7th than myself. Like the ADL has primarily focused their efforts on someone who has combated anti-Semitism while being an avowed anti-Zionist his whole professional media career. And it's ridiculous to do that. It's so you're giving the game away when you do things like that.
I remember at the DNC we had people like I grew up as the blonde's obviously a dye job, but like I look like this. This is how racist Texas is. I grew up in Texas and I was like bullied a lot for being Arab, even with looking like the whitest lady in the world. And I heard slurs that I had never heard growing up as an Arab kid in post 9/11 Texas at the DNC. And then I remember this guy kept going and screaming, free the hostages. And we were all like, yeah. And he didn't know what to do about that. Like he had zero idea. It's just this complete divorce from reality to attack free speech and send billions to Israel.
Yeah. Are you familiar with this, Brainot?
Yeah.
Oh, because like I know you don't do this as a profession any longer, so you're still keeping an eye on.
I still have my colleagues
figures.
send me really curse shit all the time. Yeah.
So you saw this?
Yeah.
They don't understand the things I say on Twitter.
That's Nick Fuentes.
God, he's looks so hard.
Fresh and fit, clavicular, Andrew Tate. Yeah, this is one of the most washed things I've ever seen in my entire life. Aaron Regenberg says, if you're Jewish and you're spending a second worrying about the left's criticism of Israel when this is today's far right, which the GOP feels is too important a part of their coalition to alienate, J.D. Vance has literally said that. Well, I don't know what to say to you.
Yeah, exactly.
It's what do you think about how like neo-Nazism is so DEI now? It's pretty crazy.
No, it truly is. It's
it's led by a gay Mexican guy. Right, Nick Fuentes. You got Andrew Tate. You got like there was the only white guy in that group. They're all white supremacists. They're all neo-Nazis. The only white guy in that group is like experimenting with so many different peptides that like I don't even know if you can consider him a human being at this point, let alone like a white guy.
Well, that's the thing. Also, it's like when you see Latino ICE agents, and it's like you're not going to be safe. At the end, I mean, right now it's DEI Nazism, but it's only a matter of time before people are like, you smell way too bad, man. And you also aren't racially pure, that they kick him out. There's no way he smells okay, right? Nick Fuentes?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't think about how he smells, but
I he's so nasty. I think he's just the most disgusting person.
Has Kat considered who she might endorse for Illinois Senate to replace Dick Durbin, who's retiring?
There's
politics. You're asking, these are tough questions.
These are tough questions. I was wishing that it would be a little more competitive. I'm mainly focused on my race. I will say that as far as Illinois races that I'm really excited about, the 13th House District, my friend Demi Palachek, who's literally taken pepper and rubber bullets for me, Demi for Illinois, she's awesome. Straight up with the Senate campaign, I am still trying to decide who I'll vote for.
Yeah. Mind Fury, your biggest supporters are a biracial gay sex trafficker, a biracial former gay porn actor, a gay Mexican virgin, a Sudanese Muslim, probably also gay. At least it looks Max is straight and white, but he's also sterile. He is sterile. Did you know that?
Wait, no, I didn't.
Clavicular started taking steroids at the age of 14, and he's 19 now, and he's sterile because he took too many steroids. Yeah,
there you
nightmare
there.
blunt rotation. Yeah, at least he won't reproduce.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, I mean, little blessings, I guess.
Yeah. All right, but getting back to Don Lemon, our revolutionary Don Lemon. Let's take a look.
That she is a legal citizen here. She is undocumented. And so she has shown her disdain for African Americans. So why are you supporting her? Why are you buying her records? She's also supporting, I have lots of gay friends who love Nicki Minaj. Why are you supporting this homophobic, bigoted, ignorant woman? You should not be supporting her. Nicki Minaj, this is clearly out of her depth. She doesn't understand politics. She doesn't understand journalism. And I'm not surprised that she is weighing in on something that is beyond her capacity. What I will say to her is, because she put a doll, I think she put the Chucky doll in there, a better symbol that should have been represented in that picture is a pick-me doll, because Nicki Minaj is a pick-me. She will do anything that is expedient for her politically. And again, she's ignorant. She doesn't know what she's talking about. She's always weighing in on things that she doesn't know about. Nicki Minaj should just sit the fuck down. And by the way, isn't she married to an alleged pedophile? And she has the nerve to say something disparaging about and something homophobic. I'm pretty sure that maybe that's part of the reason that she is cozying up to the Trump administration for some sort of leniency for her family members. And it's just very transparent. So Nicki Minaj, F off.
Oh, no, that's definitely
stop being a homophobic bigot.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, no, Donald Trump is like, he does not shy away from, releasing criminals all the time as long as you suck up to him. So I think that's precisely what's going on here. All right. We got to do this for old time's sake.
God damn it. Okay. You're going to make me see.
This is the only place on the planet where we, for fun, watch The Five.
Oh, my God. Is Greg on this?
I don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
Greg Buttfeld.
I could go on literally a 20-minute rant about him.
I hope my queen Jessica Tarkov is on here.
Left-wing protesters in Minnesota crossed a major red line. DOJ and local officials are investigating the storming of a church in St. Paul by left-wing activists who believe that the church's pastor was working with ICE. Former CNN anchor Don Lemon was actually on the scene inside the church as the chaos unfolded.
Don't you think Jesus would be understanding?
I think the red line is confrontation.
We're about spreading the love of Jesus. But did you try to talk to them?
I think they're a lot more before that.
Oh, we were gonna dunk on our first hate comment together. You and your followers are a bunch of hacks that don't do enough research and are very one-sided. The problem with this country, you embrace terrorism. No, we don't. No, that's Asmongold is down the line, chatter. No, we actually oppose terrorism.
I personally am against terrorism. I know that's very brave.
The American government terrorizing the good people of Minneapolis is something that we think is disgusting. It's repugnant, and that's why we're all protesting against it. So you didn't understand, I think. It was a normal confusion. Me and Asmongold, we look pretty similar to one another. So you probably thought you were on the wrong chat.
Everyone is willing to talk.
Lemon says he was there just to do his job.
I had no affiliation to that organization.
God, I forgot how
I didn't even know they were going to this church. Once the protest started in the church.
How dare you? This is my favorite. This is primetime television for me.
This and 8 p.m. were literally my beats. I watched every episode of The Five for 3 years straight.
Well, also, how the fuck does a pastor become like a ICE guy? Like, I don't understand. At no point did you think to yourself, like, this is antithetical. This is heresy. Is that not a thing that pastors are supposed to worry about?
It's actually so crazy because some of the most aggressive protesters in Chicago, in terms of like just being out on the streets, not like aggressive, violent, just constantly like speaking out and trying to be there for what is good, are clergy. I watched as a pastor in my neighborhood in Rogers Park, Hannah, she was literally getting arrested as she was like, God, please show them the way. Like, they don't know what they're doing. Like, she was being the kindest person ever. And they were like, stop.
That can't feel good. No, if you're like an ICE guy and you're like,
no, he literally yelled at her. He was like, stop making me arrest you while you pray. Stop praying. I don't want to arrest you while you're praying. And she didn't stop. I fucking love her. And if you're watching this, shout out. You're the best. Thanks for showing up to my arraignment. You're a real one.
That's crazy. Like, he did have a moment of yo, they are like vampires. I swear to God. You just say the Bible at them and then they perish. They're like, ah.
Shout out to her. Shout out to Rev Black. Shout out to
there was the one
Wolf.
guy who got like hit too.
Yeah, that's Rev Black. He's awesome. He's been there literally every week I've been there. He's the best. He actually was one of the first people to get arrested for protesting at Broadview. Him and my friend Rachel Cohen, which was the inspiration for me to go out the next week.
Bro,
they're so brave.
When you say a pastor being an ICE agent is the least surprising thing, what do you mean? No, dude, your brain is rotted by like what you see as like the false representation of Christianity, evangelical pastors in general. Like, by and large, religious community leaders would probably shy away from doing that, except for like maybe the televangelists. And at which point, like, the televangelists would only do that because they're like, the televangelists wouldn't also personally join ICE. They would just like support it, right?
I
Like, they're
actually
too
think
rich
this is
to do
something that we
anything.
don't talk about enough. Like I grew up in like a secular household, but I actually found a lot of comfort in religion because I went to religious schools. I like don't identify with a specific faith, but more values. But it gave me a lot of comfort and a lot of community. And I think a lot of people have bad experiences because there are so many like corrupt religious organizations, but there are also a lot of ones that are actually doing the work right now and actually trying to support people and are actually using like their privilege and their position to advocate for folks. And I think it's really important to recognize those.
This is your brown side speaking. I don't get it, man. I don't understand. Like, that's crazy. I don't think this is my brown side speaking at all. I think it's fucking insane to see like a person who is like a religious leader straight up is like, yeah, and I'm going to participate in mass deportation of children and regular citizens like my clergy. I'm going to kick them out.
Church and members of the organization. That's it. It's called journalism.
Meanwhile,
Okay,
remember the
done.
Summer of Love in Seattle? Mayor Jacob Fry is selling a Winter of Love in Minneapolis, seeming to justify the unrest in his city.
Wait, this is actually, can you
I
pause
think
real
it's
quick?
important
This
to
is
tell the
something
whole
that they love doing. There are like a few lines that Fox News just can't stop. And
Because they're boomers.
because they're boomers.
Yeah,
so like they
Summer
did
of
this
Love.
with BLM. They did this literally every single summer and every single season that I have monitored Fox News. They like relate. It's like putting gate at the end of like a scandal, but they're always just like, it's the summer of love. And it's like, motherfucker, it's fall. What are you talking
And
about?
also,
People are getting
that's
shot in
not
the
a
face.
relevant. No, but also that's not a relevant like cultural thing you can point to for people under the age of 45. I feel like they do that.
You considered being older.
Yeah, no, that's like Summer of Love is like you're bringing up something that happened in 1967. Like which makes sense because ironically enough, many of those fucking boomers that watch Fox News probably participated in that and now are like the most rabid Hitlerites, even though they were initially like hippies.
Can I share one of my hottest takes about that?
All right, let's hear it. I love hot takes.
I am not saying that the performances aren't good. I'm not saying the acting isn't good. I am not saying any of these actors are bad. I don't think Forrest Gump is a good movie. I think that the message of Forrest Gump, because I rewatched it, because like, you're a kid, you watch it with your parents. I think a lot of it is like being able to point to the screen and being like, I was there, which like, cool. Like the special effects are good, all of that. But when you watch Forrest Gump, the message I got at the end.
Are you trying to win your race? What are you doing? Like, that's crazy. That's heresy for anyone over the age of like 50.
Hold on. I'm saying the acting is good. I'm saying it's entertaining.
You know they vote. People over the age of 50 vote a lot. Like, they love voting.
What I can say is I love Bridge Over the River Kwai. So I think that's a good movie. I think that's a really good movie. I think that I love 80s action movies. That's pretty much all I watched as a kid. But look, when you get down to it, it's like, listen to whatever authority tells you. And if you don't, then you're going to die of AIDS.
What do you think they'll use as an attack ad against you in your collaboration, me licking the Chicago bean? Do you think they'll do that? Chat, you have the photo or the video, potentially. Link it to me in the chat. Have you seen that?
Are you for releasing the man trapped in the bean or keeping him in there?
There's a man trapped in the bean?
There's a man trapped in the bean.
I guess I licked him.
Yeah.
Technically, I licked the bean.
You licked his prison.
Yeah.
Are you for prisons?
I was trying to get him out of there.
Are you pro incarceration?
I was trying to get him out of there by licking the bean. Why do you do this to yourself? I'm just giving them attack ads that are funny, at least, because I know, like, if it's coming, this is a good one.
I'm really excited for my attack ads, which I know that's going to be like a monkey's paw situation.
Yeah,
but
I've seen some of the ones that you had a altercation. Well, not an altercation, but like you had a. I still remember, it lives in my mind. One of those guys from Tim Pool, like
that was the first time that we ever talked, is when a Tim Pool contributor posted my Tinder profile. You licked the prison. The prison. Do you feel ashamed of yourself?
No, I was trying to free him. Look at the faces of the two ladies next to me. They're like, what the fuck's this guy doing?
Like I posted my Tinder and he super liked me and then tried to act like he was the normal one there. And then I was like, hey, you're weird and you're like 50. And
yeah,
also,
what the fuck?
I was like 22, 23.
Wait, so your age range was fucking...
No, he had like the Tinder like plus thing that allows you to like subsume it. Because I absolutely would not make my age range that.
Wait, they can override? And
also, like,
they can override your age preferences?
Yeah, I had my distance to like 2 miles because I live in a public transit. Because I'm lazy. Yeah, exactly. And he was living in like like suburban Virginia. So like all of it was overridden.
Was it Phil Labonte? Yeah.
Someone, that guy.
Someone link it. I know there's a chatter in here that knows exactly.
Yeah, also link the collage I did of all the responses after. And then there was also a weird fan fiction that a guy wrote of me where he imagined that I was dating a guy who is a cross between Idris Elba and Seal. He wrote like a whole very heartfelt fan fiction about it. It was wild.
Was that like, that was a hater or a fan? What the fuck?
It was like an incel that actually, like, it ended up being really sweet, but I was like, that's so weird. Don't do that.
That's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
POV, you're a 23-year-old woman who researches right-wing extremism, and a 47-year-old conservative commentator posts your dating profile on Twitter.
Normal stuff, guys.
Hold up, an attractive leftist exists? I assumed all of them look like livestock.
Moo.
You got some nice comments.
Got some really nice one.
Yeah.
Hooker waking up on a filthy floor of some slum. A lot of stuff about my feet.
Really?
Yeah. They also, Republicans love to post that picture that's on my public Instagram of me bartending and I'm wearing fishnets. And they're like, look at this whore. She wants universal health care. And then we raise like $10,000. Donate catforillinois.com.
Wait, so do you get hit with like, well, you're Palestinian, so they like they do the, well, I don't get it. Aren't you supposed to be like religious or whatever? You're an Islamist. Like, do they ever do that to you?
Yeah, they're like, your dad would want to honor kill you. And I'm like, I don't know. I just talked to my dad today and we talked about the Red Rising series. So I don't think that's the case.
That's crazy. I haven't even gotten the key to my apartment yet. Tinder's already trying to hook me up with media.
As context, he posted about me all the time. He would post about me all the time.
Tinder's trying to hook me up.
Tinder's trying to hook me up. And then he had like a super like on there. It was just very embarrassing. And then...
Oh my God, thanks for the super like, bud. Matt, like how to adjust your Tinder age range. 7 steps with pictures.
Yeah, it's rough. And there's been even more weird stuff running for office, like with the lady that gave me holy water. That was really fun. We had, what else did we have? We've had so many weird things happen. Someone was like, why
that's what they're talking about your feet, because you can see the edge of it.
Oh my God. Who cares?
I'm just, because I was wondering where the feet thing came from. That's probably why. Not that it
Wait, scroll up on chat. Who mentioned Red Rising? Keep going up.
Red Rising, frat boy's first book tries to write Hunger Games.
See, this is the thing. Pierce Brown straight up was like, I need to get a book contract. It's 2013. I need a book contract to write the most insane space opera of all time. So I'll just write the Hunger Games for the first book. And then the rest of the books are going to be the best thing you've ever read. So just want to...
Okay.
Oh, sorry, you're reading Golden Sun. Let me know how you feel at the end.
Phil, do you really think you're qualified to talk about what women want? What is this? 90% of men find the same things attractive. Women are the ones that will decide weird shit like, he was weird at first, but his hands are so hot, so I let him smash. Or I didn't like him when we met, but the way he talked about my cat was so hot, it made me want to bang him. This guy does not... I don't think he's like legally allowed to be around women.
Yeah.
What the fuck? What are these statements? Why is it always the least fuckable men in the country who think they're the authority on what makes a woman attractive? I mean, that's literally... He's proven the point.
Yeah.
He proved the point.
Yeah, they often do. Also, a guy who helped write the Heritage Project tried to get me banned from Twitter because I said...
that was his intro? I haven't even gotten the keys to my apartment yet, and Tinder's playing games.
Smirky emoji. They're so embarrassing. Yeah. No Riz.
That's fucking gross.
So cringe.
Right-winger triggers himself by super liking a 23-year-old journalist on Twitter. 47-year-old Tim Pool contributor roasted after bragging about finding a 23-year-old Media Matters employee on Tinder. Oh.
Yeah.
He really thought like...
He had a shot.
Yeah, he really thought he was rizzing you.
Yeah, he...
oh, that's so gross.
Yeah, wait, hold on right there. You can see more of his posts. He just... I don't know if he's still posting about me because...
Well, after this he will, because I'm his other fascination.
Okay, amazing.
So
he's gonna...
His two faves have linked up. So this is like... this is the greatest collab of all time for him.
We do have a lot of the same ops. So they can all freak out about this all day.
Yeah,
It'll be
fun. The hot Tucker Carlson stalker catfish guy's on the right stuff. She's fucking 5'1". I'm dying inside. I gotta say, I'm fucking glad I saw this chick works for Media Matters, because if by some chance she tried to catfish me, I'd be done for. Oh my God, he's so horny.
down bad. He's so
horny.
bad. He's so horny.
He needs holy water. He needs to be sprayed with holy water.
The worst part is like I'm just so used to it. Like I feel like this is something I should be like.
The hot Tucker Carlson stalker girl is not
horrified
tweeting
by.
about Tucker Carlson tonight. Sad emoji. Hashtag sad emoji. Brother, don't you have children to take care of or something? You should
Or like
have
a wife to pay alimony to.
I suspect.
Ex-wife, sorry.
He keeps, dude. Oh my God. Oh, okay. Now I feel gross. I feel like I need to take a shower after this. This is. I feel grosser than I did at the time that I licked the bean in Chicago.
Let's
Oh yeah, he's.
go
I said
fuck
Second
yourself.
Amendment and open carry only applies to white people, obviously, and he responded, "The Black Panthers are terrorists, Hasan."
Yeah, Phil, fuck you. I shouldn't even have to say that. You're so irrelevant. But
Yeah.
let's watch the 5 to feel better about ourselves.
Yeah, that's better than Phil Labonte.
Country that this is not just about resistance here in Minneapolis. It's about love.
Do you ever wish that, I mean, you probably do as well, but that these guys would be as like radical as the way that the Republicans present them as?
Constantly.
Yeah, when they're like, Mayor Fry, he's a dangerous radical. He said,
Whenever they describe the Democratic Party, where they're like, they want everyone to be able to get health care and they want all the trans people, they're socialists. I'm like, God, please. Yes, that'd be so sick.
Oh, shit.
Food is here.
Yeah, let me get the gate. Doors open. Okay, there it is. Now we can eat and watch the Fox 5.
Showing something
Thank
far
God.
more powerful and consequential
It's
here,
like I'm back
which
at
is
Media
love.
Matters.
We are standing up for one another. You've got neighbors helping neighbors.
He
You've
said
got
fuck one
people
time.
uniting and coming together in this beautiful way.
Emily, do the protesters who stormed that church have a legal problem, possibly?
Yeah, they have a big one. And if I were a federal prosecutor,
There's
I
Greg.
would charge
Thank
them
God.
with interference of
Wait.
free exercise.
Oh, yeah, okay, Jessica's here. All right, my queen. And this is a Jesse Waters free episode. This is awesome.
But you do have Brian Kilmeade.
I know, but like, I hate Brian Kilmeade, but
I
like,
do have to
I can't fucking stand Jesse. I think Waters is so gross that the people around him, like, I think the women around him genuinely find, like, there's a threatening aura if you're a woman around.
Thank you.
Jesse Waters at any given point. I got a salad too. I got the chicken and the salad.
Asha, if you're watching this, Asha is my producer for our streams for the campaign. I'm going to send you a link and spam it in the chat because I need this Brian Kilmeade link.
We're going to need forks too. If you don't mind. It's probably not in there.
Hey, Catherine, do you know where my phone is?
And there's also supposed to be a sauce for this, but I don't know where it is. It might be in the white.
It might be in the kitchen.
Is this sauce?
Pita? Thank you.
Oh no, this is just the. Wait, did you order extra? Did anyone order garlic sauce?
I thought I did, but I'm not sure.
Oh,
there's some.
There it is. And then you can take
Garlic
this and
tomb.
put it in the fridge.
By the way, if you guys don't know how to make garlic tomb, it's really easy. You just get a shit ton of garlic, put it in a food processor with some oil and salt, and it's the best thing in the world.
Damn, look at that.
White people act like it's changed their lives, and that's because it has. Thank you. Probably. Thank you. My favorite Brian Kilmeade clip ever is
When he says he wants to murder homeless people on the streets.
no,
like,
Jesse
gun
also
them
says
down.
that. Jesse multiple times has said, I hate that I know all of this, but also it's very helpful if you're running for Congress because you know what Republicans actually talk about. But he said multiple times that we should just set homeless people on fire. Like he's
Wait, Brian Kilmeade said
no,
that?
Jesse Waters has said that
Oh.
a billion times.
That's insane. Oh my God. They're such fucking monsters. Yeah, know your enemy is right. Oh yeah, make sure you don't show your make sure to be cognizant of the camera angle.
Cool. What did he say? Haiku. That's what it is.
What are you looking for? If you say
I'll find it.
chat will find it.
Oh, I got it.
Chat is Media Matters brain.
Chat is Media Matters brain. All right, Asha said she's ready. Also, W Asha in the chat. She's my favorite girl, and everyone should appreciate Asha more. She runs our streams and has made us $200,000 no call time through just live streaming.
Wow.
Yeah.
Pick up the slack, chat.
All right, Asha, I sent it. So this was the day, because Kilmeade was the first person to host when Tucker got fired, which was the best day of my life, truly. It was the best day of my life. I got so excited. And also, chat, if you want to help, it's I don't know haikus. It's on my Twitter. And he didn't really know what to do because no one expected Tucker to get fired. And so he just did a really embarrassing transition. There we go.
Jets.
Damn, Asha's a 1 month subscriber. I thought it was a tier 3 subscriber. I was like, damn.
Oh, we don't pay her enough for that.
Packers,
just kidding. We pay our staff a living wage.
Famous, doesn't like vaccines. That's a riddle. Hopefully we'll solve it when we return. My attempt at a riddle. I don't know haikus. Jets, Packers, quarterback, famous, doesn't like vaccines.
That's a riddle. At least I attempted a riddle. I don't know haikus. He's so smart.
He's brilliant.
And if I were a federal prosecutor, I would charge them with interference of free exercise of religion, violations of the Civil Rights Act, violations of the FACE Act, which under Biden, peaceful protesters against abortion sitting down, 80-plus-year-olds were prosecuted under, obstruction of federal functions, disorderly conduct, federal trespass, hate crimes, conspiracy to the Civil Rights Act, assault, and if Don Lemon kept up his charade.
Attempted murder? Yeah, I think. Attempted murder with a deadly weapon, manslaughter, tax evasion.
That's a good one.
Yeah, tax evasion. Throw it.
Just do terrorism.
Arson. Racketeering. What the fuck? She's literally just.
She's like, why didn't they do this at a mosque instead?
That's what she said?
No.
Oh.
She's 2 seconds from that, though.
To a federal agent that he didn't know what was going on, then I would charge him too with lying to a federal agent. And then on the state level, I would charge unlawful assembly, disorderly conduct, trespassing, harassment, intimidation, and child endangerment. And here's the thing. If I were an employer there in that city, I would fire anyone, any of them that engaged in that shameful, unlawful, horrific, anti-Christian behavior. And if I were a
Isn't it awesome that they have no motion? So they just like fantasize about this stuff. I mean, they have motion with the government, but there's no employer is gonna be like, yeah, we're firing these people for protesting against ICE. No shot.
This is like when the Fox News Christmas tree got burned down. Do you remember that?
No.
They literally compared it to Pearl Harbor.
That's a thing that happened?
You don't remember that?
No. What the fuck?
Parent there in that city, I would not let any of my children
you can find
touch the children of those parents that you are seeing right there if they have children. And I would make it clear it's because
Christmas tree
they
fire
are
reactions
siding
from the
with
recount.
and standing with child rapists and recidivist sodomizers and convicted murderers over and over again to the tune of 1,600 in that city alone that have been your welcome.
All right.
Wait, I don't get it. Is ICE coming after the president and his friends? What's happening? Like, these guys love recidivist sodomizers, and which is I feel like it's like a very biblical way to approach this. Because what is it? Recidivist sodomizer could just mean someone having gay sex.
Yeah.
Like, actually, that's just what it is, right?
Yeah. That's just what they mean.
Is that even illegal? I didn't even think about that. I was like, I was jumping a few steps.
I want some extra adjectives in there. I just want to see what they can plug in there.
Moved. And if I were a tech founder.
Keep going up. There's one from The Daily Show, too.
OM, it is Wednesday.
9/11.
It's so funny because they just want to have the 30 Rock Christmas tree, but no one cares about it.
Except someone burned it?
Yeah.
Breaking news a few moments ago. This is at Fox Square in New York. This is our all-American Christmas tree.
Sad news.
I'm not promoting putting things on fire. I just think it's not the same as Pearl Harbor. I just don't think it's the same as Pearl Harbor,
It's
guys.
an all-American Christmas tree. It's like this is an anti-American hate crime.
Jesus was American.
Yeah, that's awesome.
At Fox Square in New York. This is our all-American Christmas
Can't believe you
tree.
missed this.
Sad news. Our very own
Yeah,
beautiful
I missed it because I was the one
Fox
lighting it on
News
fire.
Christmas tree was destroyed.
A suspect set fire to the Fox All-American Christmas tree, defacing the symbol of peace and joy.
It's not just a Fox
All of us
News
know about
tree.
it.
This was America's tree.
It's about the Christmas spirit.
Don't laugh.
It is about the holiday season. It's about Jesus. It's about Hanukkah. It is about everything that we stand for as a country.
The DOJ can tell you precisely how many Qurans were burned last year in the United States, but they don't keep track of Christmas trees.
Who says it's not a hate crime against us, against Fox News?
It's about
evil.
Stop
it's about
laughing.
good versus.
Stop.
Why?
Stop laughing.
The DOJ is not keeping track of how many Christmas trees caught on fire last year?
They don't want to keep track of this symbol for Christmas and Hanukkah.
What are they
and
hiding?
Also America.
Brandon's DOJ is hiding the secret.
That was an insane. By the way, that monologue from Tucker, because his monologues just kept getting longer and longer after January 6th, because he was like, I don't know how much farther I can go without like outward like Holocaust denial, which is why he went so hard on like pro cigarettes. So this was like a 30-minute monologue. I had to sit through 30 minutes just of him being like, why don't they count how many Christmas trees get burned? This thing that we know is happening all the time.
That's crazy. We should talk about Tucker's evolution as well, because you are, much like myself, I assume, like very worried about Tucker Carlson in general.
Yes.
Because you've been tracking him for years, and a lot of people don't know his like background and how much of a devious propagandist he was when he was at Fox News.
Right, and he's a fucking grifter. Like, he wants your money.
Also, he was so much of a devious propagandist that I think the real reason why Rupert Murdoch fired him, there was some reporting on this, maybe you saw it as well, but Rupert Murdoch's, I guess now ex-wife at the time, became like a major Tucker truther. And in the process of becoming a major Tucker truther, I think she became like an anti-vaxxer or something, and Rupert Murdoch was like very pro-vaccine, but it's despite, all the media outlets that he owns being super anti-vaccine. And he realized like he has too much power and was less reluctant to let him go.
Yeah. I think probably a lot of it's from the Dominion case too.
Yeah, Dominion case, but I feel like because he was such a valuable asset to Fox.
And he was really, really important in tracking the hate crimes against Christmas trees that we all know and don't like and see constantly.
Who says it's not a hate crime against us, against Fox News?
It's about evil. It's about good versus evil, period.
It is so terrifying as a mother and someone who loves this country and loves the red, white, and blue. What is happening?
Thank God.
Don't worry, do not be deterred. We will not be. We're going to rebuild it. We're going to rebuild it, and we're going to build it back better.
In this moment, we look forward, and as a company, we're going to rebuild it. We're going to put that tree back up.
I hope with this lighting that the criminals watch that and say, there are a lot of Americans that are standing up and saying they're just not going to take this anymore. Yep.
Good for you, Lawrence. And we'll be watching that lighting, and we will all be happy to see it go back up.
It's all about how you respond to adversity.
Pine 11 is awesome. All right, let's go back to it.
Rest in peace, Fox
Jules,
Christmas
that you
tree.
saw in the midst of their engaging in the felonious behavior I just outlined, filming everything so that they would not have a platform and they would not get their dopamine hits anymore. And the dopamine dries up.
Maybe it's because you keep shooting us in the face.
My real
That's why people
inspiration
film.
comes from that one woman that you can see on the video that stood there the entire time praying over those vicious, unlawful, anti-Christian, horrific trespassers there. And I pray that their impact remains at zero and that hers covers the world.
Control room, could you play the sound from the ICE agent?
They would
that is
imprison
scolding the
Jesus and then send
protesters?
him to El Salvador if he were alive
That
today.
vehicle right there is honking and impeding our investigations while we're trying to arrest a child sex offender. That's who you guys are protecting. Insane.
And Brian, one of the things that this reminded me of, is how unpersuasive something like protesting in a church is. It's like the people who would block the highways.
Thank fucking God.
A lot
I'm so worried we wouldn't.
A lot of you were talking shit, but yeah, that was shot right outside the White House. Okay. Yeah, I bet you feel silly about that now. Yeah. He was on 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, and all the protesters were stopping him from arresting a sex abuser.
Why would they do this? Why would they do this?
Fucked up.
Isn't it crazy that our government literally is run by pedophiles?
I mean, yeah. What's crazy is like I take a little bit of an L on that because for years and years I was like, come on, guys, like Pizzagate is so stupid. You're so silly. And then like, I mean, obviously I was a major Jeffrey Epstein watcher in general. Like I talked about that quite a bit. And I was like, this is the real
Jeffrey
thing.
Epstein.
Yeah, big fan. The financier, the New York financier, he did work. He did magic with those numbers. But like, it is kind of wild that so much of what Alex Jones talked about, like the elite pedophilic cabal, is kind of real, and he just can't even. He has to defend the administration that's doing it because it happens to be his bestie.
Yeah, we're not handing it to Alex Jones, though.
No, that's what I mean. It's just like imagine your whole life's work is to say like, there's going to be a government. This government that's coming up is going to black bag people and send them to concentration camps. And there's going to be like militarized units on the streets, mass surveillance led by like some shady company that's like surveilling everything that you're doing, Palantir. And last but not least, like it's all being done at the behest of a shadowy elite pedophilic cabal. And it's literally a 1-for-1 happening right now. Like,
yeah.
And he has to defend
The
it.
only difference is like they're not drinking the blood of children. They're just pedophiles.
Yeah. Well, Peter Thiel does a blood boy shit, so
Brian Johnson?
Close enough. No, Brian Johnson, as far as we know, is not super aligned with those guys, but I don't know.
But isn't that like they do the blood transfer with his son?
Oh yeah, I think he does it too. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's literally.
I like my own blood. I don't like taste it. I just like having blood in my body, and I don't need anyone else's unless like, I don't know, I got injured.
Yeah.
Just want to be on the record about that.
For climate change, to prevent people from going to work for an issue, it just actually makes everybody more angry.
Yeah, I mean, this is a flashback to George Floyd. It's a knockoff of all those things that they were successful at the time, but in the long term really hurt them. I think a couple of things.
Yeah, they have to say it was successful in the interim because the majority of Americans were in support of burning down the Minneapolis Police Department precinct. And also everyone on Fox News was talking about how fucking horrifying this death was at the time. And now that's like a shame that they have to live over and over again, where, you know, they have to make up for all the times where they said Derek Chauvin is actually kind of fucked up for killing him. Because you remember, like,
Yeah.
it was like...
Tucker was the only person that was like pro Derek Chauvin. Like
Yeah,
during when
he was brave. He was there before anybody else.
I think also part of it is like the idea of people are like, they defunded the police when that literally didn't happen anywhere. And they're like, they were successful at defunding the police. But now, thank God, we have increased police budgets every single year.
Yeah, shouts out to the Democrats for playing along with that. That was cool. Let's keep going.
One, when there were shootings and attacks in churches, don't they usually come in from the doors from behind and everyone's staring straight ahead? Evidently, these guys and these women got into the church, they sat down, at the one moment they stood up and started creating havoc in there. And that, to me, right away, you think this is going to be one of those attacks on churches, synagogues that we've seen in Texas and in the Midwest. The other thing we think of is Don Lemon, who's actually there pretending to be a talented journalist. He says that the pastor did a bad job. The pastor should have forgiveness like Jesus. While the guy's screaming at you, you see the pastor actually trying to engage these people, and they're screaming back. They lost the argument. And not only that, when I see, and I asked Anna before, did you watch Sunday shows? I watched all of them. Watched them all at once. And this guy, Jacob Fry, sees an opportunity for his moment in the sun. He did every show at Fox News Sunday. And he talks about love, neighbors helping neighbors. He says, isn't it beautiful that They'll go next door and go shopping for people because they're afraid to go to the supermarket. The only reason they're afraid to go to the supermarket because they're an illegal immigrant. They're not going to get scooped up buying celery at the supermarket. And people, Mr. and Mrs. Johnson, aren't afraid to go to the supermarket. If you are here illegally, you committed a crime, there's a problem. The other thing is...
I mean, again, they're in fucking New York or at most Connecticut, so they don't see this, but like, it must be nice to have this feeling where, no, it's not actually just illegal immigrants, even though they shouldn't live in an environment of fucking fear either. It's a paperwork-related crime, you know? Not even a crime. Paperwork-related civil offense. But outside of that, no, we have a ton of cases where... ICE is picking up people and being like, oh, you're getting detained. You're going to jail for a little bit because I just assume you're Mexican.
There was a veteran at Broadview who was arrested by ICE and held for 3 days. He showed up at our event the other day and I was like, are you okay? And he was this old dude. He rocked and he was just like, yeah, I'm fine. But he was just like an old white dude and they kept him for 3 days. And like, there are so many people we just don't know where they go. I watched them kidnap people into the facility that were just like normal protesters. I think part of the reason that like videos of especially white and white passing people getting hurt by ICE piss people off so much in America is we're like, well, you're not supposed to use state violence against those people. But guess what? They're doing it. They're doing it. And that makes it, then you should think, well, what are they doing when there aren't cameras? When it's a brown or a black person?
That's why the Renee Good thing blew my mind. Like, it was a step above, like, even with Daniel Shaver at the time, people didn't really talk about it too much, but like the Republicans that knew about Daniel Shaver, another white victim of police violence, at the time were like kind of pissed off by it. It didn't like carry over into the national conversation all that much. It was mostly just like Black Lives Matter activists that were protesting about this police killing, like yet another police killing. But the Renee Good one is a national story, and I could not believe it that there's like still people who look at that and go, yeah, she was a liberal bitch. Like she deserved it. It's fucking insane.
It's fucking crazy. The Renee Good killing, I didn't even know that she was white for a little bit, but I did hear about the stuffed animals in the glove box before I even realized that part. And I think that's also part of what resonated with so many people is like, this is just like a mom. Her dog was in the car. Her wife was with her. And then you just see these stuffed animals next to a bloody airbag. And like they dropped their kid off at a school that they moved to. So that way they could wait out the Trump years as a queer couple. And it's just heartbreaking. It makes it so much more real for people. Like that could just be you.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It could always be you. It'll come back to you. It's never just these people.
Kristi Noem did a really good job. She's on with Margaret Brennan, and Margaret Brennan says, most of these people aren't criminals. Only 48%, just your numbers. Okay, 48% have been convicted, and the others have been charged. They're being investigated. You put that together, that's 70%. Others have been picked up because they're with these people that are been sought after by ICE in particular. The only reason they need 3,000, because they have 600 cops, is because the cops are not helping the 3,000.
Yeah, here's why it's bullshit, by the way. When that guy's like, oh, we're picking up a pedophile or whatever, that's bullshit. Because ICE is not involved in local law enforcement affairs. Like if there was like a convicted pedophile there, then like if they were supposed to go to prison, because when someone does pedophilia, it's not that ICE picks them up, cops pick them up. Cops actually put them through the system and process them. ICE is there to take them away from local law enforcement after they have been convicted, if he is slated for deportation. So when a person says like, oh yeah, this is a pedophile that you're defending, it's like, well, your job is not to actually apprehend pedophiles. Your job is to literally enforce immigration law, which you're not doing currently.
And here's the thing, like cops aren't good at like knowing your rights, but like ICE is even worse. I remember one time an ICE officer or agent shot the sidewalk with pepper balls and went, your First Amendment rights are on the sidewalk. Like they don't care about warrants. They don't care about freedom of speech. They don't care about any of this shit. They won't read you your Miranda rights. Like she's back. Sorry, I got distracted by a perfect girl. Hi. They're just monsters and they need trials. And any Democrat that's unwilling to, like, they don't need more training. They're doing exactly what they're trained to do. Isn't that right, Kaya? Aren't they doing exactly what they're trained to do? And they need to be held accountable. Kaya says fuck ICE, right?
Yeah, of course.
Good.
Oh
my goodness.
You don't understand. Even though the Trump big beautiful bill gave him $75 billion or more over the course of the next decade, but $75 billion in the interim, what ICE needs is more money for body cameras. That's what they need. I can't believe that like Democrats are even suggesting anything short of just like full abolition. It's mind-boggling to me.
Full abolition, and all that money could be used to be spent on universal health care. Like, abolish ICE is the moderate position. And any Democrat that's unwilling to say that, guess what? You're not a Democrat. If, like, we could be spending this money on literally anything else. Universal healthcare. We could be doing this to install universal pre-K, which is a thing that we tried to do under Nixon, and then he got rid of it because he said, fuck that. It's one of like the few presidential vetoes that isn't really talked about a bunch. We could be spending that money, I don't know, give every family an Xbox at this point. Like, anything would be better than spending this on ICE, but especially when it comes to universal healthcare, when it comes to prosecuting corporations and attacking price gouging. Like, this is what we could spend the money on. And I am very, very sick of this idea that like, oh, well, you know, this is how it happens. Like, this is the system, so we have to keep doing it that way. Maybe a little bit better.
It's built around the false premise, the false notion, the manufactured hysteria surrounding like the criminality of migrants too. Because like a lot of Americans don't like what's going on, but maybe they believe, for some at least, maybe they believe that this is like unfortunate, but it's also a byproduct of just like a necessary evil, right?
Okay, Xbox is BDS, guys. I was just giving an example. It was the first thing that came to my mind.
Don't entertain them, please. Don't even recognize their existence because they get off on it.
But it's so fun.
No, they love when they're like, oh yeah, I got her to notice me. I got streamer to notice me.
If you want me to notice you, donate at catforillinois.com. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Seriously, catforillinois.com. No, but there is this complete fabricated reasoning for why ICE has to be so brutal or ICE has to exist in general. And Republicans have reinforced that false notion over and over again. And especially in this last election cycle where they really hit that line over and over again, like, oh, criminal migrants. Undocumented migrants are responsible for a lower share of crime per capita than documented U.S. Citizens are. Natural-born U.S. citizens are. Undocumented and documented migrants, if you pair them up together, is like so marginal that it's not even consequential, even remotely. And yet, Donald Trump kept lying about it over and over again. The Democrats did not counter message against it. As a matter of fact, they did the worst thing they could have done, which is lean into this false framing that undocumented migrants are constituting a national security threat for the first time ever. And here we are as a consequence of that. So Democrats need to be honest, I think. That's what I want. I don't want them to be dishonest. I just want them to be honest. Be honest about what's going on and be honest about what the actual facts are. Just say the truth.
Yeah, exactly.
It's bare minimum.
And reportedly, the cops were on the outside of the church, watched those protesters walked in, did nothing when they created havoc, and they did nothing to stop it before it happened. So I have no patience for cops that don't help other law enforcement officials. Guys, I know you have a boss, you got to keep your job, but you got to stand up and speak out and stand for something.
Jessica, we're week 3 into this. Any ending soon?
It certainly doesn't seem like it. It seems like it's just
Yeah, ending soon. Like, what could be ending? Yeah, it ends soon if Trump backs away. It ends soon if Trump stands down.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. Like when you say, "Oh, when will this end soon?"
If you want people to stop being mad about your secret police, stop sticking the secret police on people.
Also, here's another way to, I guess, what's the successful way of ending this soon? Well, like deporting every Somali person that isn't even an immigrant. Because again, this community is 90% U.S. citizens, 60% natural-born U.S. citizens. So, like, who are you even fucking deporting? When the reasoning for why you have to engage in this kind of like mass apprehension is just actually for suppression, it's actually for repression, it's actually to like punish a blue state, a blue city where Donald Trump has decided to put the crosshairs on like a non-white population. if that's the actual goal, then it's not going to stop until Donald Trump either gives in and decides, okay, it's too much trouble for me, or they just, I guess, deport every Somali American somehow.
Well, it'll never stop at Somali Americans.
Of course.
It will always
That's
go
been
to
in
the
Minneapolis
next thing.
in general.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like it's not going to stop until you stop inflicting horror on people. Like, if you don't want people to be mad at you, stop doing things that make them mad at you. It seems really simple to me. I'm so mad all the time now.
Yeah. All right, I got to pee.
Started, and I think it's going to spread to other cities.
In New York, they're practicing right now.
I mean, I would practice, frankly, because I think
He's away. I'm going to read the chat. Oh, wrong one. Desktop React. Okay. There we go. Nope. There we go. How's it going, guys? I know how to use OBS because we do streams at catforillinois.com/stream. Hey, Catherine. Hey. It's my campaign manager. I'm really tired. We woke up really early to fly in here. What's my opinion on AI? I want to spearhead AI regulation in Congress. Right now, there are 0 federal regulations on AI. Asha, actually, our mod, is going to be helping us with our AI policy platform. But part of it is I want to ensure that we're getting it the fuck out of schools. I want to make sure that we're forcing companies to ask users to opt in to their content being used to train large language models. And I want to ensure that make polluters pay also apply to data centers. So those are just like 3 things. I think that is actually workable with Republicans, because with, the big bullshit bill, that was like one of the only things that even Republicans were like, you got to let us regulate AI on the state level. I am going to be real here because no rules, no parents. If you want to support our campaign, donate. catforillinois.com. Our average donation is now $29. You don't have to donate a ton. If you can spare some more, that would be great. But if you can't, I get it. We are against AIPAC. We are against, the establishment. We are really trying to do our best to do things right. And we are playing an election on hard mode by trying to do it ethically. So donate at catforillinois.com. You can volunteer for us at discord.gg/catforillinois. You can help support us on stream too. We are actually doing our D&D stream next week. We had Brennan Lee Mulligan on and we reached our goal. So it was the most exciting day. It was so much fun. But our election's really soon. So on February 5th, early voting starts. Support catforillinois.com. Volunteer at discord.gg/catforillinois.
Are you saying bye or something? You
nope,
leaving?
I just you weren't here, so I just talked about the campaign.
Oh, nice. I hope we helped fundraise a little bit today.
Hell yeah.
Give me the numbers. Do you have them? Is it not good? Be honest. If it's not good, I'm going to yell at them.
Do you want to know how much an ad costs? We're at like $9,200.
We fundraised from this $9,200 today.
Yes, we jumped on, yeah.
Chat, 9,200.
We're up against 15 million. Just saying. But we are very grateful.
AIPAC's fucking...
And we
AIPAC
are tied
is
for
gonna
first.
dump so much money.
What about the 200 subs you got gifted?
Oh, thank you for the subs. I have a campaign max out in terms of contributions. Right? What is it for Illinois?
It's $7,000. So $3,500 for the primary, $3,500 for the general. That is, I did not bring you Malort. I'm sorry.
Thank you for not doing that. It is disgusting.
If you have any rich relatives that feel guilty about being rich, tell them to donate at catforillinois.com. But I am also, people are saying I'm poor. I'm also poor. If this would have negatively affected
only
the
make
situation.
$12K a year? What the fuck? What do you live in Chengdu? What do you mean you make $12K a year? That's crazy.
To be fair, this year I've made
your
like
mom's
zero
favorite
money.
farmer? Wait, what? As a
Are you
farmer,
a
you make $12K? The fuck's going on? Malort is good, actually. Okay, you're getting banned. Take a second off. I made 15K last year, be chill. Okay, that's crazy.
Catherine, how much does an ad cost? We got 3K since we mentioned it.
Okay, that's a little bit better, chatters.
Nice job.
For a month, probably for cable, like $200,000.
$200,000?
Yeah, for cable.
But that's to drown out when you have AIPAC money and you see an AIPAC or one of our opponents' ads every other
Her campaign literally could not exist without AIPAC. It's fucking crazy. Like, literally raised $200K the first quarter, I think. And this last one was the first one we were out.
Who's the AIPAC back candidate on the race?
Laura Fine.
We have our ad too.
What's her background? Is she the Illinois state senator?
Yeah, she's a state senator. And it's disappointing because I think that, you know, she's tried to do some good stuff, but it's to rely on AIPAC is really disappointing. And they actually tried to pressure a candidate to drop out of the race.
This is, you know what's so crazy about this? Like, everyone is trying to portray themselves as like a Bernie-crat.
Yeah.
Everyone is trying to do the, oh, well, we're trying to lower costs for families. We're trying to stand up to special interest.
Yeah.
You know, but then I feel like if this is like the third and fourth point, not to say that these aren't, you know, irrelevant, but like this is going back to the establishment Democrat talking points very quickly.
Yeah.
As far as like
how do you want to do that?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, how do you can't just pass a law codifying Roe. How do you want to change the Supreme Court? For me, that's like a rotating series of justices, because I don't think you should have the same people on every fucking stand up to special interests is crazy on every single case.
Except for AIPAC.
Except for AIPAC. Yeah, that is my favorite headline of the campaign so far.
AIPAC head host fundraiser for House candidate who swears AIPAC isn't backing her. Laura Fine has distanced herself from the Israel lobby, but AIPAC donors are pouring funding into her Illinois congressional campaign. Yeah.
This is actually really interesting. Do you know how this works?
They're so fucking slick. Yeah, well, go ahead. You explain it.
So there are like two things, especially in this realm, that is kind of how AIPAC knows that they're radioactive. So they're like, okay, we aren't technically endorsing this candidate. We aren't throwing fundraisers. So they ask donors, they're like, you throw a fundraiser. And so she's been out across the country going to these fundraisers, and it's all AIPAC donors, 1.5 million for the last quarter.
It's crazy. How did that happen?
How did that happen? That's weird. But technically, it's not by AIPAC, despite AIPAC literally sending out an email talking about how they need to beat me. Like AIPAC to their lists, sending that out. Yeah. And she still claims she is not supported by AIPAC.
There's also other groups underneath it, like Democratic Majority for Israel and numerous other like pro-Israel groups. And what these PACs do oftentimes is also, depending on where you're running, if there is not a lot of like love for Israel in general, they will rarely ever use Israel as a talking point. Like when they came after Cori Bush, when they came after Jamal Bowman,
yeah,
they dumped $35 million into those races, but they never really talked about Israel at all. They tried to, because it was a primary, they were angling it as like, well, they're not cooperating with, they're not real Democrats. They're not cooperating with the Biden administration. So it does come with like a lot of acknowledgement that Israel is toxic in general, or at least like in the eyes of people in Cori Bush's district or Jamal Bowman's district. Like that wasn't the main issue at all.
So one of the funniest attacks on us is that is probably going to be in these lines of attacks is that we have a lot of outside district money, and that is true because we have like over 55,000 donors. But we actually have the most in-district donors of any campaign in this race. And we don't have the most money because a lot of people donate $5 or $10. But even then, if you're donating 7,000 or if you are donating $5, it's still just one vote.
Oh, this is the one?
Yeah, this is the email that AIPAC sent.
Okay, I read the email AIPAC sent about you. Congresswoman Jan Schakowsky has announced her retirement. Illinois 9th District will have an open primary for the first time in decades. Wasting no time to enter the race is anti-Israel detractor Kat Abughazaleh. Well, first of all, you were running before she decided to announce her retirement.
The only one.
Yeah. A 25-year-old social media influencer. Kat does not mince words when it comes to her thoughts on Israel and the bond between our two nations. Her radical foreign policy agenda includes calls for unilateral recognition of a Palestinian state and labels Israel's presence in the West Bank an illegal occupation. Wow, I can't believe that you would.
How could I do this? How could I label an illegal occupation an illegal occupation?
How dare you? How dare you follow international law? It's really, really in poor taste. Baselessly blames Israel for the deaths of tens of thousands of Palestinians without recognizing Hamas's initiation of the conflict on 10/7/2023. That's insane.
Nothing happened before then, and also
the
fact that just crazy.
Promotes the International Criminal Court a biased anti-Semitic. I mean, look, despite it being Palestinian, I would say that your commentary on this issue, especially, is not really been radical. It's not. It's very. It's. I would say moderate to a certain degree. So it's crazy that they would get mad at this. And obviously, if you're Palestinian or if you're Muslim, you have less breathing room unless you never want to run for office and your name is Hasan Piker. Then in which case you can say whatever the fuck you want. But it is crazy that like even this is the most that they could get out of it.
If we don't act now, she could win. Yeah.
And it's not that she's lost, she's well-funded. Abughazaleh has already raised nearly $1 million, positioning herself as the financial frontrunner in the early stages of this race. If we don't act now, she could win. Nice. I mean, that's the best campaign ad you could have gotten.
Literally an email from AIPAC to their supporters. And she's like, I'm not supported by AIPAC. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then there's just like so much weird shit on this. The fact that they pretend they weren't in this, but also like weird establishment stuff behind the scenes. The idea that it was like a crime to even run for office in the first place. Yeah.
Oh. Matthew Eady, politics and government reporter for Evanston Now, says, obtained 2 emails sent directly from AIPAC on August 21st and September 15th, fundraising for State Senator Laura Fine in Illinois 9. Both emails include links to a hidden webpage called Pro-Israel Network with live and hidden donation pages, but the homepage site to the site is dead. Incredible stuff. Yeah. I mean, this is just, if you are someone with a conscience and you find what Israel has done to be morally repugnant, or even if you can't even care or consider the humanity of Palestinians, but you're just annoyed that a foreign country is able to have this much influence over like a random congressional district election, because that's what it is. AIPAC is a lobby for a foreign state, despite the fact that it doesn't have to register as a foreign agent. They are a foreign lobby. It's comprised of Americans, but the goal is to, and AIPAC openly says it, protect the security of Israel. Like, it's a foreign country. It's ridiculous. Why the fuck should any American care about that?
And like for pro-genocide ideas, like it's being pro-genocide. And whoever just said they donated $500 to me, thank you so much. That's really kind. Also, if you do max out, I have to grab my knitting. Hold on.
She's saying sticker.
Oh yeah, we have stickers. Yeah, okay. Catherine wants me to show the merch. Can I show the merch?
Yeah, of course. What do you mean? Do whatever you want to do.
Do whatever I want. Huh? Yeah. Oh yeah, this was.
All right, show us the merch.
We got the merch. All right, you got this bag here. I'm here to shill, guys.
Oh, you got the Chicago colors.
We got it. They're actually my favorite colors. So they're Bears colors. I don't want to talk about it, but yeah. So these are from Fuck It, Let's Be AIPAC. That's our little slogan against AIPAC, and this was a sticker we put out. Now we have a shirt.
I like that it cuts if you don't want to put the fuck it on. You can just like.
We've had like some like Muslims that are like, I don't say that word though, and I'm like, you can just do a little scissor. CatForIllinois.com/store. This one you can't get anywhere, but it's Heater and my cat doing a stream.
Wow.
Yeah, she's really cute. You guys can't get it though. You had to donate on stream to get it. We also have the Fuck It, Let's Be AIPAC as a shirt, and we should be selling posters soon because they look so cool.
I have our merch shirts too that have the big Fuck It, Let's Be AIPAC.
Do you have them?
I believe that they even come in for us.
Okay, send it in the fucking
Where's
chat,
the
Catherine.
shirt?
Where's it? CatForIllinois.com/store. Oh, that shirt is we're still ordering it. We'll ship it here, but there are 3 other shirts in there.
Okay.
I feel weird being like, look at this, like when you're at a child's birthday party.
Like, show me. I want to
Yeah.
see it. What the fuck? What do you? You need to learn how to shill better.
I know, I'm really bad at it. It's actually really hard for campaigning. That's our Ice Out of Illinois ones, designed by our wonderful creative director, Mia. This was our Pride shirt. We're actually hoping to put these back on the website. We had these at our Pride party. Sluts vote for Cat.
Wait, this one says
Sluts vote.
Sluts vote for Cat. Okay, well, this one says, what if we didn't suck?
Yeah, that's our campaign slogan.
It almost feels like it's anti-fellatio.
Yeah, we did have a lot of jokes about that at our pride party.
Kat Abughazaleh against sodomy and
recidivist sodomites.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got bags. We also put some ice whistles in here, etc.
Let me see that one.
Oh yeah, this is our volunteer shirt. It's an old volunteer shirt.
Hell yeah.
You're gonna volunteer now. Oh, and if you're in the area, by the way, and you're volunteering, I'm really bad at shilling, guys. This is mortifying for me. Huh? That's why I'm a great candidate. If you are in Illinois and you volunteer for us, we have a little stamp card and you get volunteer merch. We have little handmade bracelets like this one. We have little hats. We got other stuff coming, but you got to get your punch card. So if you come to Illinois, bam.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome, man.
All right.
That was mortifying, Catherine. Huh? Okay.
Yeah, let me see the campaign video before I let you go.
Okay. Yeah, campaign ad. Does someone
Where
drop
is
it in the chat? I don't know.
Did someone drop it in the chat? I don't know.
I wanted to watch Greg Gutfeld. I wanted to watch Greg Gutfeld being annoying.
You've become too much of a streamer. That you're relying on your chat. This is it?
Yeah. I think. Oh, wait, that's the merch.
No, that's the merch.
Yeah.
Here it is.
Aren't you sick of out-of-touch career politicians not understanding the moment we're in? I mean, it's 2026. Why do so many of our elected leaders seem to think it's 2006? We deserve a representative who will put everything on the line to protect us, who will stand up to ICE, who will tell white supremacists to screw off, who will fight for an economy that works for the people and not billionaires. And that's why I'm running for Congress. Because we don't just deserve a fighter, we deserve good things, and we don't have to settle. My name's Kat Abughazaleh, and I approve this message.
The
W edits.
Yeah, we had Rania and Bill who helped us make our ad are fucking awesome.
Someone said Gen Z editing.
Truly. Like we were thinking about putting Subway Surfers on the bottom.
So this is the 12 days ago it came out.
12 days ago it came out. It was like our first ad. Like we have another ad about ICE specifically, but this is like one that we filmed. We have a bunch of volunteers in the background. It was so exhausting. God, I've seen my face so many times. But yeah, it costs a lot of money to get on that. We tried to get on the Bears game and we were going to be on the Bears game this week, but once again, I don't want to talk about it. But it's a lot of money, and AIPAC is essentially just plastering fines ads on the airwaves.
But you haven't gotten any attack ads yet?
Not that I know of. We did.
Let me see.
Can I preview it a little bit?
Yeah, I want to see an attack ad.
Yeah. Okay, we've been working on a fake attack ad for me of like Kat Abughazaleh believes everyone deserves human rights and not. We haven't published it yet, and including Palestinians, like in a really scary voice. But we don't have any attack ads yet. We just have that picture of me in fishnets that the Republicans keep posting everywhere, and then the lady giving me holy water.
What is the photo of you in fishnets? I think I've seen it. You're sitting on a
bar. I was a bartender.
You were sitting on a bar.
Yeah.
Why? What is the attack there? Like, are they just like
hot?
But like that doesn't. How does that
They're
work?
like she's a woman, and she's maybe had sex before. And do you really want this woman to? Oh my god, squeaky toy. Do you really want this whore to run our government? And I think the answer is yes.
I feel like that's like good. That's like a good.
It was like the meltdown over, not that one.
Not that. Okay, chatters. Why do you have chatters? Are
yeah,
pulling
you guys
up,
have that link way too fast.
Yeah, chatters are pulling up the like photos of. I'm not even gonna show this.
And then they also. What was I gonna say on this? Sorry, she's so cute. She's so sweet too. I love her so much. They also pull up that picture of me in my Charizard onesie, and they're like, do you want this idiot? Someone was literally like, I'm going to go to every senior center in Evanston and show them this picture. Oh, yeah, that was a Grok thing.
What the fuck is carpetbagger chic? What does this mean?
Because I'm, yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
News aggregate. Chicago. Kat Abughazaleh walked into federal court Wednesday looking nothing like the brash activist seen blocking ICE officers' SUVs. The megaphone militant was gone. Is this ChatGPT?
Oh, wait, actually, I do have one. Look up Chicago Contrarian Cat, and you will see that is the closest thing to an attack ad we have for sure.
Even after relocating, she still voted in D.C. The same carpetbagger scam Jason Lee pulled when he voted for Texan Voter from Texas. Oh, they're trying to hit it from like a you're not a real Democrat. You're like trying to fuck over the Democrats here type of angle.
Also part of, I'm not from here because I've lived in other places, and that's often what young people do. It's also where my father immigrated, but I don't want people to vote for me for
Nightlife
that.
Cat, the punk-coated fishnet wearing influencer persona posed on bars for TikTok aesthetics.
That's me. These aren't outfits, they're characters. Hey, hi Matthew. How's it going?
Oh, local news is watching. They're always watching. Damn.
He's always watching. I see you, Matthew.
These aren't outfits. They're characters switched on and off depending on what she wants. Clout, cash, sympathy, or votes. The background she doesn't sell on TikTok. Abughazaleh markets herself as a working class progressive. Reality says otherwise. They're just like talking about your dad. Finance founder whose companies were acquired by BNY Mellon. Okay. 7th generation Republican family in Texas.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Also, I like constantly, I'm like, yeah, my grandmother is rolling in her grave, and that's very funny.
Private schools, then George Washington University.
I went to Catholic school.
Career, DC nonprofits and media outlets. This isn't grassroots. It's DC to Texas elite with punk branding attached. Cleanest proof of carpetbagging. Abughazaleh did not move to Chicago for the district's issue. She moved in July 2024 because her partner, Ben Collins, became CEO of Global Tetrahedron.
Yeah, it's the parent company for The Onion.
Oh, which is headquartered here. That's it. That's the whole move. Damn, they're just like, I mean, it's AI, but they're also like kind of, doxing everyone in your immediate vicinity, your family.
Well,
I mean,
here's
I
the
receive
thing.
this kind of stuff all the time too. People think my dad is a billionaire because there's like AI articles that they've written about how he's like a multi-billionaire. One of the richest people in Turkey is what they say, which you could literally Google if that was the case. You're so fucking stupid. Anyway.
No, but also here's the thing. Like, I'm not from Chicago originally. Like, it is where like my entire like dad's side of the family
Oh, I thought
immigrated
this was
to.
Dinesh. This was for a second. No disrespect.
That's my
to your-
lawyer.
No
Be
disrespect
nice.
to your
Hi, Josh.
attorney. Like, what is I don't even understand what the juxtaposition here is. So are they saying like you should have came in with the fishnets to the court? Like,
Might have worked in my favor.
yeah. So this is the photo that they post, and they're like, "Oh, this is fucking." She's done.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
There's this one dude who's just obsessed with calling me a carpetbagger because I moved, and then also talking about my sultry voice, and talks a lot about like my tongue and my legs. He's this guy is the Chicago Contrarian, is just completely.
He's
Oh my
done a
God.
thread. They mostly moved on to watching news clips, but a few takeaways from the first few minutes. Hasan asked to hear a bit about her policies are. She's running on, explaining her top view being anti-authoritarianism, basic existence, which is often her response
Matthew,
to that
why don't
question.
you watch my streams like this?
But then he pressed her on what that means and what her actual policies are. She noted a few, including one, federal housing incentives, AI regulation, potentially bipartisan, and healthcare. On healthcare, she says she thinks Medicare for all doesn't go far enough. We need single-payer healthcare, including dental and vision. No, Matthew, you fucked up. She said dental, mental, and vision.
And hearing.
Oh, I didn't see. I missed out. I missed one.
Man, Matthew, watch my streams like this.
And then he says Medicare for all is a single payer system, and the most recent bill in the Senate includes both dental and vision coverage. She also talked a bit about Israel-Palestine and the history of the district, noting her two top opponents, Biss and Fine, having called Israel's war against Palestine a genocide, and mentioned about AIPAC targeting. She also talked a bit about Schakowsky as being one of the more progressive members of Congress over the past 2 decades, and the district's history of being a progressive district, including on issues like Israel-Palestine, despite its large Jewish population.
That sums it up.
Yeah.
I feel like the human brain wasn't meant to be perceived this much.
I mean, this is my life. This is my everyday existence. So,
I do want to say in this district, only 7% of the votes in the primaries in years past have been young people. And we are really trying to like not just have likely primary voters, but also Kaya.
Yeah. She's a baby. She can't vote yet. She's only 3.
She's only 3.
Yeah. Despite her size.
But we're really trying to turn out young people. So if you're a young person watching this in aisle 9, make sure you vote. And by young, I mean like under 40. But also we, I don't know. I just want to make people are moving to Chicago as literal refugees in our own country. And I want to make this a safe place. And I want to have a representative that will fight as hard as I can. And I know I can do that.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Kat.
Thanks
for
so
coming
much for having me,
this
man.
was great.
I'm so sad we didn't get to see Greg Gutfeld.
Yeah. You want, we can finish it. You know what? Let's finish it.
Okay. I'm going through withdrawals,
Yeah, I see that. This is your crack.
The Trump administration has a particular point of view on this, and he's made it clear that he wants to go after liberal cities, especially sanctuary cities.
Tell him,
and
Jessica,
so I would
my
be
queen.
prepared for
She's
it.
tall as hell, by
Brian
the way.
She is.
Yeah, I did a panel, and she was on it at the Pod Johns, at the Pod Johns conference in D.C.
Who's a police chief in Minneapolis, is not one of those guys who says he doesn't want to
She is
cooperate
like the
with
only
ICE.
effective liberal messenger on
New York
Fox.
Times. He was on 60 Minutes
Yeah.
last night as well, talking about the fact that his entire career, from back when he was in Newark to moving to Minneapolis, he has always worked with ICE. But the way that ICE is doing it is completely incorrect. He said he's observed behaviors that are absolutely running in the face of what the protocol is.
Okay, I agree with what she's saying. Let's go to Greg.
Entering the church, you brought up, it made me
That's
think
my
of when there
queen.
have been...
That's my queen talking. That's crazy. Disrespect. You coming for the queen, you best not miss.
attacks, and that was my first thought too.
Yeah, we
I
don't
was like,
skip Jessica around these parts. We are like we're.
I'm sorry, I'm a Jessica Skipper, guys.
That's crazy. Yeah, you
what
just
if
want to
this
get
is
to the
another
meat.
I want the
shooting?
sick shit,
And
you
we've
know?
seen it, and there are children in there, and that is just frightening. And so I think Governor Walz was absolutely correct to say you've got to peacefully protest, but you may not go into a house of worship. But this is all happening against a backdrop that is
my bias. Yeah, but this is what it is. Like this is the extent of liberalism where it's like, oh, you can't.
Has she come on stream?
Oh, we were supposed to do something. I forgot to she would if I reached out to her. We've talked
driving
about
the
it.
city to the point that there are people standing outside of their homes holding their rifles saying like, I'm going to protect my community because of what ICE is doing. And this alarming contrast between how upset Harmeet Dillon is over this and the Trump administration,
Jeff,
she's
mad that you
saying that
haven't
she and
had her
Bondi
on.
are working around the clock. No right is more sacred than the freedom to assemble and pray to God at the same time. And then you listen to Todd Blanche, who was on with Shannon Bream. She said, hey, are you investigating Officer Ross's actions when he killed Renee Good 10 days ago or whenever it was? And he says, millions of Americans saw the video. We investigate when it's appropriate. That is not this case here. So we are not investigating.
Got hit by a car.
82% of people saw that video. 53% think that he should be criminally charged for it. And then the Wall Street Journal comes out and they're reporting that there are incentives for ICE agents because they need to meet that insane 3,000 people a day quota, that they're getting rewarded even if they bring in people who then get released. These stories of Americans being detained saying, show me your papers. There was a veteran, U.S. veteran, who's on a Carnival cruise,
being arrested and
a U.S. veteran on
God, I hate Buttfeld so much.
We're so close.
But nowhere near as much as Jesse Waters. Like, but
I
they're
just
both
hate how
repulsive.
Greg rhymes constantly. Like he just doesn't.
I didn't even notice that. Now I'm gonna tune into that.
No, I literally one week I literally watched every single appearance Greg did on Fox, and then cut up every single time he made a rhyme, and then put it in one supercut, and it is the most grating, impossible thing to listen to. He's just the worst.
He's a wordsmith.
with his wife, who was taken out of his cabin, someone who served this country.
What is the
and is a
percentage? Know the
US
percentage.
citizen.
I
Do
know
not
math is
act
hard.
like ICE isn't making, I don't even know how many mistakes a day in pursuit of Stephen Miller's 3,000 a day quota and getting paid
Let's
for
give
it.
Greg a chance.
All right. I'm going to focus on the backdrop because you went back to the officer to
I'm in
avoid.
fight or flight mode now.
You can't really hate a man whose feet don't touch the ground when he's sitting like Greg. I mean, that's what makes it so
I can.
crazy. That's what makes it so crazy because, like, yeah, his feet don't even touch the ground. He's like twiddling them when he's like doing the most heinous, racialized, agitated propaganda. It's crazy. He looks like a toddler that got hit with the old person.
It's
ray.
crazy to look and be like Greg Gutfeld and be like, yes, the white race, my race, is superior. Just crazy.
I went back to
What's really going on?
Renee Good murder.
Yes, because that is actually not the story here. The story is, the story is how you got here, and you won't admit that that is the reason why we're. This isn't about immigration. It isn't about ICE. It isn't about Trump. It is about suicidal empathy.
Oh my God, these fucking dumbasses.
Every time they say that.
Oh, they think it's so brilliant. They did they focus test this? Is that what happened? Like they love deploying that one where it's like, this is suicidal empathy. Yeah, I love that they're trying to make being a piece of shit like fall out of fashion.
Yeah.
Or no, sorry, not being a piece of shit.
They're trying to make it. They're trying to make it in
trying to
vogue.
make being a piece of shit in vogue. Exactly. Where they're like, yeah, oh, are you a good person? Well, that's suicidal empathy. And it's kind of crazy because it's like these guys are the ones who are like talking about how toxic masculinity is so like such a dumb thing to say, and they really really bullied the liberals over the head, really hit them over the head with that over and over again. And then they just run around being like, no, you should be a fucking asshole.
Like
okay?
they can't fathom that maybe you just care about people who aren't yourself. Like it's literally, it has never crossed their mind.
Or even if it's like, there is a self-invested argument here as well, which is that like Renee Good and many others, like they could be your neighbors. They could be your mom. They could be your sister.
Caring about your mom or your sister is gay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you own me on that one. I guess that's what. Yeah. That's called suicidal empathy, dumbass. You're supposed to say thank you, government. Please fuck my mom. Like, please put my mom in prison and torture her. Please, I love you, government. Which, by the way, that's unironically someone I'm going to be talking to. On Wednesday, I have this podcast. What is it called, chat? You guys know. I forget the name. The Necessary Conversation. The podcast is called Necessary Conversation. It's a dude named Chad, and I think his sister or his girlfriend and his sister. Chad and his sister. They talk to their MAGA parents, and they're here, but their MAGA parents are not here. And one of the clips actually from the podcast went viral because the MAGA dad, was literally arguing, telling his own son that if Donald Trump actually like came in with the military and like machine gunned him down in a fucking mall and like killed a bunch of people, he would have good reason for it. Like he straight up was like, well, if Trump wouldn't just like machine gun down a mall for no reason. So if you were there.
I mean, it's literally like I could shoot someone on Fifth Ave and no one would care.
Yeah. But it's worse than that. It's like I could shoot your son on Fifth Ave.
I could shoot your son.
And
that's
I wouldn't
horrendous. Care. That's so fucking disgusting.
Yeah. So I'm going to be talking to their parents alongside
You're
them.
having their parents on?
Yeah, we're going to Discord call them. And I mean, I love that shit though. Like,
yeah.
Just like you love Mr. Buttfeld, I love talking to Trump supporters.
This the same as Nazis and the same as hiding Jewish people. It is not the same.
Jules, do you see any similarities between Gregory Bavino dressing like a Nazi and leading ICE to disappear, kill at this point, shoot people in the face without warrants? These are U.S. citizens in many cases. Over 73% of all the people detained by ICE have no criminal record whatsoever. Do you see any similarities between this and Nazi Germany?
Me, no. Now I'm trying to see where y'all are coming from. So the way I see it is, okay, these people are illegal immigrants, okay? So ICE is going in there.
They're not, though.
Taking them, okay. A lot of them are.
No, Renee Good was shot in the face, a U.S. citizen.
She tried to run someone over with her car. Should she have died? No.
Yes.
But I also think the ICE officer.
The dad is my favorite. Yeah, no, he goes beast mode every time. He's like,
no.
Yeah.
And he's so self-assured.
Bro.
It's got to be awesome.
God, imagine being that confident in the wrongest shit you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah.
How can you even be that wrong?
It's just be a Trump supporter.
Wow. All right. Well,
Yeah.
that feels like a happy note to
end it on?
to end it on.
All right. Well, Kat Abughazaleh, everybody.
Thank you so much for having me. Seriously, it was a blast.
Do a plug one more time. Plug.
We've raised over 30K today now. Thanks to y'all. Thank you so much. If anyone else can donate, catforillinois.com, cat with a K, volunteer discord.gg/catforillinois. We need help with phone banking. We need help with knocking doors. My district goes from uptown Chicago up to Evanston, west to Skokie, all the way to McHenry County. So if you're in that area, or you know people in that area, tell them to vote. Early voting's February 5th. The election's March 17th. Yeah, thank you so much, everyone. And thank you, man. Oh, can I get you to sign this for our office?
Of course. Do you have a pen?
I don't. Do you have a pen?
We got a pen? We need a pen.
We need a pen. Also, I'm not sure if you've ever seen the Chicago rap posters, but we modeled this one for ICE.
Oh, wow. Warning, target ICE. This is a real threat facing our community. What if we stood up for
Chicagoans
families?
know.
What if we stood up for families instead of tearing them apart? That's sick.
We put them around in alleys.
All right.
Ethan, Asha, Blue, I love you guys. Our staff is great.
Where do you want me to sign it?
Anywhere. They're just going to put it on the wall by their desks.
Yeah, we'll flick up. Here you go.
Thanks, man. Hi, baby. You're so cute. Can I take her home?
No.
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 No, Heater would love you. He would love you.
She's never been around a cat.
My cat doesn't like other cats, but she does think dogs are celebrities. Hi, baby.
Oh, she has been around cats. How is she around your cat? Okay.
This tiny creature. It must be cool to be that big. All right, chat. Thanks for hanging out with me.
All right.